Hi, everyone. This is Anna, one of your consumer technology specialists at Mid-Continent Public Library. Today, we are going to be talking about where to find copyright-free music. So before we look at the resources, we do want to talk a little bit about what copyright is and why it's important to find the right type of music for your project. So Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines copyright as the exclusive legal right to reproduce, publish, sell, or distribute the matter and form of something, such as a literary, musical, or artistic work. So basically, copyright means that you have permission to use and distribute whatever the item is. In this case, we are talking about music. We also want to know that royalty-free music means that you don't have to pay per use. With music, there are two different things you have to be aware of. You may have to pay for the initial right to use the music, but then you may also need to pay royalties, which are the fee for every time that work is used or displayed publicly. So when you're looking at copyright for music specifically, you want to make sure that it is both royalty-free and copyright free. A great place to start to get all of this figured out is the Creative Commons. They have different licenses and descriptions of how these licenses work. One thing to note is that Creative Commons licensed music isn't necessarily free for any use. So we want to be sure we check the terms of the license. What they say on their website is that under Creative Commons licenses, syncing the music to images amounts to transforming the music. So if you are wanting to use this music to elevate a video that you're making, maybe you are doing a training video and you just want a little background music, or any type of video that you might be wanting to use music in. It's important to consider before you start looking what you want to do with that music. So do you want to just download it for your use? Do you want to play it in a group but not change it, play it exactly how it is? Do you want to use it for personal use or commercial use? Are you going to be putting it in a video? Because putting it in a video basically changing the form of the music. So you have to make sure that that is part of the copyright license. It's a lot of very kind of confusing rules. So Creative Commons does give you more information so that you can kind of sort through what all of this is. So we are going to go there first. Today, we are going to be looking at information about using music specifically for videos or video editing, but these rules and guidelines may also carry over into other types of projects that you may want to use music for. So Creative Commons is always a great place to start when you are looking for information about copyright for images or music. They really break down some of the information into a little bit easier to digest language. This list is just all different places, and we are going to look at a couple of them in just a moment. We're going to look at a couple of the different menu items on this right side menu. So here we have just the general about Creative Commons licenses, and then some other things you may want to look at. So now we can go ahead and look at our first resource. We are going to actually start with the first resource on this list, the CC Mixter. So we use the link from the Creative Commons to get to this site. However, I am going to actually go to the Dig CC Mixter, which you can locate on the left side. We'll just click on their logo, and what a great intro heading. You already have permission. I like this Dig CC mixer better than the just regular CC mixer because it's a little bit easier to navigate. I feel like the information is a little more straightforward. And as we see here, you just scroll down and it tells you exactly how the whole kind of cycle works. So musicians upload to the CC mixer. So that is where the musicians, the people creating the music, go. We are at the Dig mixer. It says you are here. This is where we can easily find music, and then we'll be able to put it into a project that we then post online. And it gives us a few places that we may post: YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud. So if we keep scrolling down a little bit, they've already kind of put the music in some different categories for us. So we are actually going to look at the instrumental music for film and video. So I'm going to click Dig right under there. Okay, so this is what the search results would look like, but also just for browsing. We can play to listen to a snippet of the music. We can download it right from here. One thing that I am going to do first is go over on the right here to filters. And when we do that, we can actually choose what kind of filter we want. So commercial use, if you're going to use it for anything that you could possibly get paid for, that's considered commercial. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And then we can have it sort by recent, most popular. Magic sort, I think, is just random. And then recent, I'm not sure how that's different than latest, but they're potentially slightly different. This is when I did for the most popular. It did change the order. We have some different songs come up as our results. So we can actually click on the title, and that will bring us to the information page for that specific piece. So right here on the right side of the information page, we can see it's a Creative Commons license, and it has a little person and it says buy. So if we click the little question mark right next to that Creative Commons icon, we can see exactly what this type of license entails. So the icon was the first icon in this list. That means this music is free to use even in a commercial project, but you must give credit to the musicians. So say you're making a short film or something like that and you want to use this music. You can do that. You just need to make sure that maybe at the end you have credits or you have a description of the short film. You need to make sure that you put the creator's information there somewhere. So it gives you information, and then trackbacks. These are going to be tracks that have sampled the music and made it into something else. And then the remixes are going to be a remix of the specific song. So again, if we wanted to preview, we would just hit the play button right here, the blue button, the orange one, the cloud and the downward arrow, that's download. And then the green with the almost triangle shape, that's a share button. So if you wanted to share it to someone else or to a social media site, that's where you would do that. And then there are also tags that the creator has added to the site, which can give you a little bit more information about the music without having to listen to it. So we can click on any of these and it's going to bring us another list. Any other work that has that tag on this site is going to show up in the results, the tag results. And again, there are the same filtering options. And we can also choose instrumental only if we want to make sure there is no spoken or sung audio as part of the piece. So we have a few different options. It's not quite as intuitive as like a Google search would be because you don't have a ton of information in these search results, but you have the knowledge that these are going to have licenses that make them available to use. So if you just try to do a Google search for copyright free or Creative Commons licensed music, you may have to do a lot more digging to figure out which license it falls under and all of that type of information. So this is a website that's good because it does give you that information upfront and it's listed on the Creative Commons website. So they have vetted the site to be a good place to find copyright free or free to use licenses. We're going to go ahead and look at one more website where you can find music like this. And this was also on that list from the Creative Commons, but it is called the Free Music Archive. So this is their homepage, and you can see that they are apparently the #1 resource for free to download and royalty-free music. So we're going to go ahead and browse the FMA Free Music Archive. So I'm going to click on that where it says browse. So this is our Free Music Archive. So this is where we can find the music that is on this website. We have the option to search or we can browse. We are going to go ahead and browse by genre and we'll do instrumental. So any of these tracks that are listed in this search result, they have been marked, so they may have been tagged as instrumental. So they might be good background music for something. So we can click the play icon to listen to the track. We immediately have the information about the artist, the track title. Most of them may not be on albums. And then we've got the various genres, and it looks like we don't even see all of those. Then we've got a download arrow option and an add to player option. So we are going to go ahead and click on the title of the track. This is the record for this specific track. So we again have the information, the artist, the track title. We also have the date that it was uploaded and how many listens it's had since it uploaded and how many downloads. So you get a little bit of information. And then you can see the full list of genres they've put it into. And then over on the side, if you like this song, want to see some more from the same artist, you can go to the artist page. But what we really want to look at is our Creative Commons license icon. So if we click on it, it does go back to the Creative Commons website to give us the specific information of what this track is licensable for. So if you download this track, you can share it, redistribute in any medium or format. You can adapt it, so you could use it for a video or you can remix it or sample it. But with this license, you can't use it for commercial use. So if you're going to put it in a YouTube video that you may be making money off of, this is not the license for you. If we scroll down, we see a little bit more about the terms. You do have to give credit to the artist, the creator, which was on that page we were on before. Again, it specifically tells us we can't use it for commercial purposes, and it even has a link where we can get more information about how the term commercial is defined in terms of these licenses. And then there's no additional restrictions. So that gives us a lot of information, and that is kind of why starting with these sites that have been recommended by Creative Commons are a really good place to start because they often do give you the specific information about whichever license is being used. So again, these are just a couple of resources to get you started. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure you let us know. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook on our MCPL 360 page. We have new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you missed the live event, you can always find all of our videos on our YouTube channel. You can find all of our technology videos there on our consumer technology playlist. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you again next time.